It's like a scene out of a movie.
A complete reboot that will change our conception of what agriculture is. Inspired by nature, utilizing swarm and gaming theory, they will plant, tend, and harvest.
Robots taking over the farm and replacing humans.
Executing each agricultural task and reducing the need for herbicide, insecticide, tillers, planters, and harvesters.
But this isn't a movie. The creator of this robot farmer is an Iowa State University grad. His degree isn't in robotics, but insect biology and behavior. To some, this concept may be far-fetched.
There's prototypes, there's experimentation with a lot of companies, but that's still pretty way off into the future.
While spider-like robots may not be available now, other forms of unmanned farm machinery are creeping into the market and could be available as early as this fall.
We knew there was a demand for this. We did not realize it was as strong as it was.
Last summer, Kinsey took the equipment industry by surprise when it showed the first autonomous equipment. How does it work? Kinsey says it's actually similar to technology many of us are using today.
You might have a car that has a sensor in the front that tells you when you're getting too close to the wall or in the back. That's the basics of the technology. It's sensors, and then of course the high precision GPS and satellite systems that tell you where you are.
Several other companies are following similar paths.
Machine Sync is one of the first autonomous systems that we're introducing. You still have operators both in the combine and the tractor, but we're starting that new technology where smart machines are talking to each other.
Now let's take it up a notch and say, okay, I expect to be done with this field at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Then I'm going to move to this other field. By the way, I want my supplier semi-truck to meet me at that field at 2:30. And the supplier can be automatically linked in and know that for complete fleet logistics control.
With new concepts, however, comes change. And for some farmers, that change is taking the fun out of farming.
You know, I kind of like to get on the tractor and work the land and see it for myself.
Even though everybody thinks computers are something special, they're all mechanical devices. They go haywire. And I like a guy in the car, in the equipment, driving it. You need to have somebody that's responsible.
Kinsey says safety isn't a problem. With the autonomous equipment, if an issue arises, the default action is to stop.
If you see an obstacle, stop. If there is something in the field that you didn't expect or that you didn't know was on your map, stop.
While for others, it may help with a major issue on many farms, a shortage in farm labor.
If you need to try to finish something before a storm comes in, to have somebody that may lay out or get sick right in the middle of the field and he needs to leave, so it would be nice with the new sync features that they're coming out with for grain carts and stuff like that. It would be really nice to not have to worry about them things.
Kinsey says that exact need is what's driving such a strong demand for the autonomous equipment.
So this literally reduces the head count by 1/3 for harvesting and by 50% for planting.
And with prototypes like Prospero, it lessens the need for manual labor even more.
It communicates wirelessly with the rest of the swarm to optimize the swarm's planting efficiency, letting nearby robots know if it needs help planting in that area.
Although that robot you just saw is a prototype, when you compare it to the autonomous equipment, it's really not that far off. It's kind of scary.
Very interesting. So how soon could we see something like this out in the field?
Well, Clinton, the autonomous equipment will be available as early as this fall. And for the robot, no timeline on that yet. But, you know, I'm wondering if I can borrow it this summer to plant my garden.
Well, maybe it'll come over and pick up after my kids. Thanks, Tyne. Appreciate it. Very interesting.